Saving up an emergency fund in Japan is pretty simple. First, save up some money, and second, put it in a different bank account and don't touch it. Of course, there's a bit more to it than that. Saving up for emergencies is essential. If you don't have some emergency cash put aside that you can get to easily in an emergency, you're in a very precarious situation. There's all sorts of things that could happen. Here are a few that have happened to me. Car broke down, needed repairs. Had a car accident, needed to pay the excess. Hospital stay. Had to fly back to Europe on short notice for funerals several times. Having to take time off work. Hot water boiler broke in winter. These are just a few examples of things that could happen that are going to mean that you need to pay, a six-figure amount of money suddenly at short notice. And if you don't have the money, that's a problem. Lots of people struggle to save up money. They tend to think, I'll save some money at the end of the month. And they get to the end of the month and there's no money left. And this just goes on month after month after month. And that is the wrong way to approach the problem. A better way is to treat saving as a bill that you need to pay immediately. So as soon as you get your paycheck, you take some money and you put it into a different bank account that you don't really have access to, and you never touch it unless you're in a dire emergency. The key to this, like many habits, is to start really small. Start saving 2,000 yen a month, 3,000 yen a month, and make it into a habit. And then as you get used to that and you have your habit going, then you can slowly increase that amount month by month by month. My first few years in Japan, I was terrible with money. I didn't have any savings. I'd routinely run out of money before the next paycheck and have to borrow from friends. But after a few years, I knuckled down and I started changing that habit. Starting off saving 3,000 yen a month and then slowly increasing that amount until a couple of years later I was saving 50,000 yen a month. How much money do you need in your emergency fund? Well, this depends on your situation. So, do you have family? Do you have dependents? How stable is your job? How much money do you need to live on each month? Most people recommend 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses as an emergency fund. I recommend picking a number at the lower end of that range and just making a target and then just go for that target. See how quickly you can save up that amount. Once you reach your target, don't stop saving. Instead, start moving some of that money into investments as well. So you can continue building up your emergency fund, making it bigger, but you can also start investing in NISA or in iDeCo. And these are very easy and effective ways to start investing in Japan. The key is to maintain this monthly saving habit. And once you get that habit locked in, you stop noticing it after a while. You don't notice that you don't have the money, and instead your savings build up and your investments build up, and you end up in a much safer and more secure situation.